I want to make an update here that these audio isolators, I was waiting for one of them and another VU meter, and I just completely decided to ditch the idea of these isolators. They're just causing issues in between left and right and mids. See, right now I have this VU meter. This is the left channel. That would be these speakers here, right? And this one right here would be these speakers here. And now for the woofer is the center here and on this side. Now, when I had these isolators attached to it, it couldn't figure out what is left and right. They just both played together, sometimes a little bit awkward. I don't know. It wasn't worth it. I took those two out. I can adjust the pots on this speaker to line level, and same thing goes with the other one over there. So I'm definitely going to put these two into this project here. I'm going to have the other one right here. I did purchase a fast charger. I'm ditching the other one. I did like the design of this one, and I found another one, thank God. This one right here, which can support fast charging, which can charge up the phone a lot quicker. But yeah, that's not too bad. This is going to be a lot faster. I am waiting for the fast charging buck converter to come in so I can actually do proper testing. And I think I'm going to put that over here. That's where it's going to be. But yeah, back to this here. I'm going to show it to you. You can see it for yourself. So let's start this. Left channel, right channel, and then the two subs. Quit vibrating. There we go. So you can just see those two going. So right now I have the volume down on this pod over here and these two, so this is the adjustment I'm keeping right now. I will show you guys this all when it's all together, that way I can go into proper detail with this. This is for the subwoofer. This is the speaker to line level, so that goes right into the VU meter. VU meters, the two center ones there. This will be left and right channel. Only one of these will be used, probably this one right here. This won't be used for anything. I might use that for something else eventually, we'll see. Might be some future part of that, but I have to get rid of this auxiliary jack on here like it did with the other one and drill a hole. That way it can be stuck to the board. This is the control board for that. This plugs into here, and then from here into that and power. So this is the board that I created. And since I don't have any pinout cables, any good ones yet, I ordered some. I'm just waiting for them to get here. I'm just gonna make some other alternative temporary test for now. I'm gonna do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but it needs this to connect to that, and I don't want to desolder those pins, so I'll figure something out. So this is the layout it's going to be. I'm going to have to get rid of my stickers here, remove them. I got a hole here because I got rid of part of the screw terminal here that's not needed, so this is going to go there instead. The fast charging buck converter, whenever I get it, it's going to go here. And so I need to route power from here all the way over to this. Oh, no. From this right here, I should say, all the way over to there. And from here, which will eventually go up to the buck converter. I'm going to have to redo all this up here. I'm going to eventually have to finish this. So this is only temporary. You don't really want to touch that. That's pretty stupid. But yeah, my plan right now is to get rid of these wires and then route two of them directly into here. So just like I did with this, into here. So that's going to go here. So that's my first plan. You paint, and this is the new color I picked up. This is strawberry, and it seems to match up to my stain that I'm going to be using for the front and the top center. But it still doesn't match up perfectly. I'll show you a couple of samples right now. So this is the color right here. And this right here is the color that you see here. Although the cap doesn't match at all. You think it would, right? And here's the stain. Now that looks really nice. Problem is, this here is going to go onto here, right? And that's the top part. So this is going to be receded into the wood a bit. I'm probably going to have to use contact cement to keep that in there. But yeah, this will be the color of that. So it kind of matches. This one looks like it matches better. But in the sunlight, this looks really, really bad. And this looks a lot better to that. So I'm going to be using this paint. It's going to look really nice. This is the front face. You got to be careful with it because it seems to be sticky. You know, that stuff's not that great, but that's what I used. And you know, that with black, oh, it's going to make those buttons pop right out. Now, I originally had it this color, and just a little bit of scraping, it just peels right off, so that was bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to scrape out the backside here, that way I have my common ground again for all the pots, and go from there. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I did pick up wood as well. Now this is 5/8, fairly thick. We have 3/4 down there I was thinking of using. I'm not going to though. I should be able to get away with this, and that's obviously, of course, going to be the center. That's part from that right there. I'm done with this project for tonight. I did quite a lot already. Took quite a bit of time, but this is now in. It's nice and solid. I'm using the left channel. This side here is not being used at all, but I do have a couple of holes here, so if I ever want to use it in the future for something, I could. Never know, maybe there might be an upgrade to this where there'll be a center channel, and possibility I might use it for that, or maybe something for lining. I don't know. But that can be used for something in the future. So my custom board is over here, and I decided to use a couple of wires that go into this, and there's my plug for the headers here. So the cables that I bought, I can just use them for something else in the future. But yeah, this is going out here, and it's got to connect here yet to the sub and the negative side and positive of the sub. And that's it for that part. I do have some holes here for the power into this board, which this goes into the VU meters for power. And so yeah, that routes into this hole here, and that goes all the way along. There's going to be a strap to hold the wire here. It's going to keep going all along this direction, over here to these two holes, down here to these two holes, and up here and into there. So down, up, down, all the way around, up and into there. Yeah, I'll just finish building this tomorrow and move on from there. For an update, it is the following day, and I just want to show off what I did so far. So as you can see right here, I got both of these speaker to line levels now fixed into place. I got my custom board here. I created this here, so I don't need a cable. That's actually perfect. See, pull it off, put it on. Fairly simple. There we go. The only thing I don't like here is I'm a little ticked off. I bought these two from Canadian Tire here in Canada, and one side don't work. It's grounded. So there's something wrong with the transformer itself. I'm going to have to check it out eventually. So I can't use one side. However, one side is still good, which is perfect because I have my left, right, and subwoofer. So I wasn't going to use this anyway, but still, that's not the point. It should be working, so eventually I'm going to see what the hell is going on with it. So I have that power routed down here. It's going straight across. It's already been zip tied, and it goes straight up here, down, and then up here and into here. I fixed the 120 volts here. I didn't want to do this yet because I wanted to add something to it, but now I'm confident enough that I'm not going to mess with it anymore. So this is now permanent. I've got heat shrink on every terminal post. I have the loops, so these aren't coming out at all. This one's a little too close. This is kind of pushing this way a bit, so hopefully it doesn't break it, but I might have to do some soldering here in the future. I don't know, because this is kind of pushing. This thing is pretty much ready to go for the fast charging buck converter. It'll go in here, and that's going to be routed to power. I might do what I did here over here. I'm not sure what I want to do with that just yet, but we'll see what happens in the future. But right now, at the moment, I'm going to be pulling these speakers out, and then what I'm going to do is get this ready to fit in here. I'm going to have to use the router and try to get rid of some of the thickness here. That way this face plate, this one right here, gets as close to the face of this, but without going all the way through. Don't want to do that, but I'm going to have to take a big chunk of this out. Probably up to this line right here. And then leave those two lines. So I want to get it as close as possible to the outside. That way the buttons are on the outside and not sunk in, right? This here is the sheet of wood that everything is tied to, right? The problem is, you got a bunch of screws here, and the wires are coming through the bottom. So if I was to just slide this in and call it good, a bunch of the air would actually seep through these little holes here and might actually create some awkward sound, and I don't want to do that. See, this is going to be open to the environment, so the box has to be sealed. So what I'm going to do is grab another sheet of this wood here, and I'm going to cover the entire bottom of it. That way it should seal everything. I do have another piece of the sheet right there that I can do. I'll have to paint that too, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's going to go from here, straight along here, and that'll seal this from the box. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these speakers out and do what I got to do. See what I did so far. It's got a stool here, a bunch of wood on top. I'm just kind of leveling everything out exactly the way I want it. I want this template to come up just a little bit. That way it goes into this plate here. And yeah, this is the problem that I had. If you have a look, see, it comes out towards that speaker box. So if I had like a speaker with a really large magnet, it's going to be a problem. I could cut off like the edges here, like this edge here. The same thing over on this side. You can see it there a bit as well. But yeah, this whole thing is going to like lift right up where you can access the inside of it and do whatever you want. Handle here, handle here. So yeah, this whole entire thing lifts up like a record player. Fan's gonna be on here too. So you're gonna be right here. I'm gonna have to find a different fan. This thing's way too thick. But yeah, the fan's gonna go through there. It's gonna be very close to the bottom. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to hold the camera as best as I can. So yeah, that's gonna be right over that that amplifier that's sitting in here. But not too bad. I made my marks, so I'll show it to you. All right, here we are. So I just got my marks around the edges here with a pencil. That way I can see exactly where it's going to sit. So this is going to come in. This plate right here is going to come in, like I said, to about roughly around there. That way the plate is closer to the outside and not so far in, because this is really deep. This looks dumb. So as far as it comes in here, probably get rid of all this black crap from my blade that I used. I used a really dull blade. That way this was really nice and clean as best as possible. Needs to be sanded though, but yeah. my mark on exactly how much I need to take off, or where I need to take it off. This is going to be a little bit larger. Like there's going to be another line right here that I'm going to have to take out as well. That would be this. Yeah, this is what I was meaning by blocking that completely. I do have like this foam stuff that sticky on both sides to seal it. I don't want to make this permanent because if I want to take this off and do some work in the future, I can, right? This is going to be a whole sled that can come apart. I decided to do a little extra work here and got most of the front part here finished. I thought I'd show you what I've did so far. So I kind of got some sticky stuff in the back here. This is what's going to seal this part here. The problem is though, if you look in the center here, there is a gap. You kind of see it there at the bottom. You see a little bit of light going through it. That's where the speaker is. So some sound is going to sneak into here, and that's not what I wanted. So what I'm going to have to do, don't like it, but I'm going to have to, in the inside part here, is put some silicone on every single wire just to make sure no sound gets through. It's airtight type of deal. I don't have to worry about the bolts. They're perfectly sealed. It's just the little wire holes here that need to be sealed off. I can do that on the side. It's only a minor little issue. You see a little bit of light going through that side too in the corner. So that's kind of a bummer. Nothing I could do about it. But yeah, have a look here. You see, it's in quite far. That's perfect. That's exactly where I want it to be. I was going to go to that line right there, as you can see right there, but I decided to go one up and try to make it just a little bit thick there as much as I can. But yeah, I can like lift this thing right up, pull it right out. It's hard to do with one hand, but there's my holes that I did. So those three right there are actually for the screws. Those three screws right there, and this thing just slides right in. Perfect. And it stays in. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to build this. So I'm definitely going to have a wall here, and whoops, I'm going to have a wall here, and then one on the other side right here. And this wall, it's going to probably go about here, and then it's going to go halfway here, straight out to the edge here. So what I was thinking, since this is the front face, right, I was thinking to build the wall halfway up and then over, and then box this side in, and then the woofer itself is going to come through the back part and into this hole here. So the woofer is going to get a big giant area, and I think I'm going to try to do like zigzags to lower the bass frequency. And I think that would actually be pretty cool. You know, something like, do I still have the picture here? Let's see if I still have the picture. I don't know where it is right now. You know, actually something like this. Yeah, this was the project I was going to do in the past, but you can see something like that. This is my cardboard speaker I made, and yeah, it does work. But yeah, something like that I might do for the back. So like I said, halfway, right? This section here will be for the woofer, and out into this hole. This will be boxed in. So this will all be by itself.